Okay, any tips to detangle your mermaid hair?
You want to have a bunch of ponytails is what I have, and then you want to like tie like different sections off. So you like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 down. You also can put conditioner in your hair before you go diving, which will help detangle it. But yeah, I definitely always have to do the hair ties like down a row, just like if you're riding a motorcycle too. Like you don't want to get it tangled.
You've got some pretty durable hair that you can.
I don't know, it's kind of tangled right now.
Well, my hair is baby fine, and I used to have really long hair to the middle of my back, but the damage and everything that I used to put my hair through is crazy. But I used to take coconut oil, and I would just drench my hair in coconut oil. I don't care how greasy I looked, but I would just soak it because I had to like make it solid. Because half the time I didn't use a hood, and it was just breaking my hair because I was always diving in the tropical water and, and traveling the world and stuff. But yeah, I'd have to coat it, and then I would do the same thing, or I would put it in a tight little bun.
I bet the coconut oil works really good. I never thought about that, but yeah, that sounds like a good plan.
What is the best bit of advice that you could give a new girl diver in spearfishing?
I would say take a level 1 freediving course. That really helped me a lot with my abilities and feeling more comfortable in the water and my depth and breath hold. So I would say definitely take a level 1 freediving course. Also find a good solid dive buddy. Like now I only usually will dive with people that are certified, just because they know how to save your life. They know everything that goes into like the safety protocols of spearfishing. So I would say definitely dive with someone you trust. You want to learn about your equipment and your gun. Like you want to know how to hold it. You want to make sure that you're safe because it is a gun, just like a real gun. You want to make sure that when you're holding it, you're never pointing it at anyone. So yeah, you always want to like when I started, I didn't realize that you always want to point it toward where you're going. So now I learned. So when you hold your spear gun, you always want to point it like toward wherever you're diving. You never want to like hold it behind you or backwards. You always want to have it like where you're going. You always want to be conscious of where your gun is pointing, because it literally, if it did misfire, you want to make sure that you're not going to hit someone. So you definitely want to be safe about it. Oh my god. Sorry. I love this thing.
This is the joys.
She's just all over the place.
Yeah.
Animals, they're wild. What do you expect?
So you're right. All of those are very important. And you know, some of the questions that I get a lot with new divers is, how do you free dive with those long fins? And I'm like, yeah, they can be tiresome on your ankles, because everybody that's either a scuba diver or never dove at all, or maybe have gone snorkeling and stuff, they use those little fins. And so getting used to kicking those long blade fins can really be a workout on your ankles, but doing pool training or swimming with them a little bit. And then my other advice is like getting used to doing a beach dive, because that's kind of like the roughest of the roughest that you're going to ever endure, is going through the surf, but properly knowing how to enter the ocean with your gear so you don't lose anything. And typically the water is going to be a little stirred up, so you got to clear your mask, get past that surf, and then being comfortable in the water, just having that sense of grounding, that sense of calm, because your adrenaline is always going to be racing like times 50. So to be able to have control over your heart rate and lower that, because that's so important with freediving. And like the classes teach you all that, but it does mean a lot when you are able to kind of gain your composure and understand the gear that you're using and what you have to do. You know, I've always given the advice of watch some videos, like YouTube. You just Google everything, and you can really kind of get the understanding of what you're going to deal with and endure. And by all means, look up freedive clubs. You're going to find SoCal Dive Babes. You're going to find the Long Beach Neptunes, the LA Fathomeers, the San Diego Freedivers. You're going to find all these clubs and gatherings where you can obtain information. Like, that's the biggest thing. And then your local dive shops. Go visit them. Talk to people. Pick out like the right type of gear and what you want to do. Hey, I'm a beginner. You know, I always tell people there's never a beginner spear gun, because if there's a specific fish that you want to catch, or like you've got your eyes set on something, it's all about the visibility that you're working in. It's all about the distance that you want to shoot a fish and the type of fish that you're going to be going for. So you got to like pick and choose your gear based on what you really want to do. And some people get intimidated by a size of a gun, but it's not always about the size of the gun. You can do it. And then there's all the fun accessories that you can do to make it work for you. So that's what's awesome. But honestly, like, you came from Florida to California. I've seen your fish. You've shot a lot of fish from Mexico, Panama, California, Florida. And I was like, dang, I honestly thought you lived here because of the amount of fish you shot.
I travel all the time.
But I think that's great. And
I feel like I've been over here a lot more than Florida lately.
More power to the women who get out there and do it, because you're not going to get fish talking. You're going to get out and get fish doing it, like getting in the water. So, yay.
Definitely. YouTube videos have helped me a lot too. I love the YouTube videos.
I know. I really enjoy watching a lot of videos too. It gets me pumped up. Like, even just people coming into my shop and like, oh, I start talking and we're talking spearfishing and like, hey, have you gotten in the water yet? I'm like, no, I'm so busy. I work every day and I'm like, not in the water. But my God, I feel my adrenaline just go whoosh, straight up the roof, and I'm like, I need to get in the water.
Yeah.
And my daughter's getting in the water right now, and all she wants to do is go spearfish. I'm like, we just need to find time. I'm so busy working. And anyway, that's all the questions that I have for you today.
Okay. Thank you.
So I do have one last question, actually.
Okay.
What's your favorite part of hunting California fish?
Well, it's cold. It's a lot colder over here. That's not my favorite part.
Sure.
The favorite part is the fish over here are a lot bigger, I feel like, than Florida. And
do you like hunting in the kelp?
Yeah, that's exciting and fun.
So
and it's
different.
like the yellowtail, especially. Like, I feel like when I go down, just dive down, as I'm coming up, I feel like that's when they want to come and check me out.
Right.
And they like come in front of me, and I'm just like, oh my God. But yeah, I love the kelp.
I think a lot of people that come from out of town love the kelp.
The Pacific Ocean is just a whole new animal. It's so different than the Atlantic Ocean, and it's just, I feel like the fish are so much bigger. And yeah, I feel like, especially the tuna. You got tuna here. We don't have that in Florida.
Bluefin tuna. So you know how many years this has been going on?
Probably
Like
forever.
9-10 years. Before the big rush that we had, honestly, Richie Balta is a perfect example. This guy has been hunting the big game for many, many years. And he would go out and he would post stories about catching a 30 or 40 pound bluefin tuna, and that was like a big deal, and everybody was like, dude, you got a big bluefin tuna, 40 pounds, man, this is crazy. And I'm thinking to myself, like, and he was literally every spearfishing club, they were like posting his photo, like, Richie Balta got a 40 pound bluefin tuna, 50 pound bluefin tuna, and it was like unheard of. All of a sudden it was like the freaking cards just got flipped and dealt, and we were getting 100, 200, 300, and even 400 pound bluefin tuna. I was like, this is like crazy. And these guys were like going out there and getting these fish, and some of the guys on hook and line were probably getting some bigger ones.
Really? You think so?
Just insane. And this has been going on for like at least 9 years now. At least 9 years, and it's been phenomenal.
Yeah, because I heard like the bluefin like went away and then they came back, like there was like a thing.
So the longliners, I don't know, all those guys that go out and fish them, they reach their quota. They have a quota because they would drop nets. I mean, they would like fish a lot of them, and then they have to stop. And as soon as they stop, then the tuna just come right in. and they
That makes
started
sense.
grabbing them. And that's the joy for us. I mean, it's exciting, to be honest. It's really
I
cool.
love tuna.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. And have you eaten the heart?
Yeah, I did on this recent trip. Yeah, we both did actually, and yeah, me and Adriana both did.
I know, you gotta eat your first listen heart.
Yeah, it's gross, but yeah, it's epic. It's like something you have to do. It's kind of like a tradition. Like
It
your
is. And it's
biggest
not that
fish,
bad. I mean,
and
little
tuna,
buddy.
especially wahoos. You know, like the big pelagics or pelagics, how we say.
Yeah.
But yeah, those fish are like the ones, like your first one.
Okay. Have you ever eaten an eyeball?
No, I've never done that. Have you? I'm sure you have, huh?
I'm not dare to, yeah. It's pretty gross. I think I've
never
vomited, but...
Did you just swallow it or did you chew it?
Oh no, I chewed it and popped
chewed
it and then I had to throw up. It was
Oh
gross.
my god, that's crazy.
No, I couldn't handle that.
I would not be able to do that. Like I could probably just swallow it, but chewing it, I don't think I could be able to do that.
No.
Just the heart itself, like just chewing the heart, I was just like, you just have to swallow it.
It's pretty gnarly.
Yeah, for sure.
Anyway, spearfishing is pretty rad. I think we're kind of blessed with a gift that we are introduced to this pretty awesome sport, and it really has, grown over the years. I mean, from building spear guns in the garage with my dad and watching it just blossom, it has literally leaps and bounds changed the industry of spearfishing. And it's like, when like the skiers changed or transferred over to snowboarding, it's like all these scuba divers are now like, it's like spearfishing is like the new biggest and craziest thing. And then you get the surfers. It's like if you're on a surf trip and the waves suck, jump into spearfishing. Like,
Yeah,
it's just awesome. So I think it's really cool. And,
I love that you get to bring home dinner too.
Yeah, that's obviously like that's the
honey
prize.
aspect is
Can you
my
imagine
favorite
going to the market and spending $25 a pound on some fish?
No. And you don't even know where it came from. You're like, okay, when did that get here? Like, where did it come from?
I know.
When you get it out of the ocean, at least you know it came straight from the ocean to the table. You're not having to wonder like.
Yeah, and one fish is like how many meals? It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot. And you can pick and choose what you want for the day. You can have it sashimi, you can grill it, you can bake it, fry it, and then pan sear it, and then you can steam it. I mean, gosh, there's so many different ways. There's so many recipes.
It's like the new thing now.
I've seen that. Yeah. And smoke it.
Yeah, smoking it too. That's another like big thing.
No, it's so good. I love it. Well, cool. Thanks for coming.
Thanks
for hanging out with Spiro.
I love you.
And I love your shirt, by the way.
Thanks.
That's
Girls
pretty
Who
awesome.
Spearfish.
So where are they from?
Australia.
Well, I am actually friends with them on Instagram, so I need to like.
Gotta get her a shirt, guys.
Yeah, I think it's pretty cool.
She needs a Girls Who Spearfish shirt.
Right? Love it.
You can have this one if you want. You want it? I'll give it to you right now.
Oh, nobody wants to see this.
Oh, you never know.